Hello, Internet. It's getting cold and I want to continue to ride, which means that I now have to contend with heated gear because layering up is, I have so many layers, I literally feel restricted in how I move. So it's time to get some heated gear. I'm going to show you in this video where I've landed, what decisions I've made, and walk you through how I plan to wire this bike for that solution. So when it comes to heated gear, there is battery-powered heated gear, and then there is gear that you can just hook directly to your motorcycle. Given how I want to ride and go to long distances, and given that I already have to deal with a lot of equipment, cameras and Bluetooth and CarPlay, I really don't want to add more things that I want to charge when I reach a destination. So I've ruled out using rechargeable gear. Instead, I'm going to go with 12 volts, which means that I have to get the bike ready to support that. So now when it comes to wiring the motorcycle, based on my research, there are two problems with I would say, common way of wiring the bike. One is it hooks directly into the battery, and that means that if you turn your motorcycle off and you have your gear running, whether it's you're looking at your phone or having conversations, you could potentially run your battery dead, and that would be extremely inconvenient. And I know that's going to happen to me. And again, if I want to reduce my cognitive load, if you will, worry about less things, if you will, if that's my goal, then I don't want to go with or have an option where that becomes a risk. Here's where I landed. I'm going to use a 12 volt accessory, and Gerbing sells products that you would just draw power directly from there, which I think that once you turn the motorcycle off, then power should no longer go to that 12 socket battery, and then that is good. Let's look at how I've prepared for this project and go through it together, and then once I have my gear, I'll go out for a ride and let you know how it feels. Okay, so here are the things that I bought. I'm going to start with this here. This is the Honda accessory 12 volt kit. It comes with instructions. You just scan this barcode and then you're able to print these instructions here. The instructions are very intimidating for me. There's up to I think 24 steps, and some of these steps have like 10 screws that you have to take off, and I am really intimidated by that, if I'm honest. So I've decided that I'm going to basically use these sandwich bags where each step I'm going to label and have the screws enclosed in multiple bags. That way reversing and putting things back together will be straightforward. These are also the tools I'll be using. So let's get started. finally got this piece out here, and there you can see the marks right there. So I'll get a starter hole made. Good morning. It is the next morning and this is the aftermath. I needed a lot more tools than I originally anticipated. Here's the finished product. This is it right here. But I will have to say that it was hard, and the instructions, unfortunately, at around step 20 out of 24, stopped becoming accurate. I don't know if this is maybe not relevant to the DCT, but I couldn't take that tank shelter off, which I wanted to do so that I can install that air filter. And so it is what it is. I'm happy. At least I actually routed my USB wire from the trunk. I just routed it this way for now. I will make a cleaner install, but now I don't have to connect my phone back in the trunk to get Apple CarPlay to work. It could just for now function right there on the quad mount. But let's test it, because ultimately the whole point of this was to get a plug-in that would turn off the power when I turn the motorcycle off. So let's give that a shot. So right now it's the on position. It's got that light here, if you can see it. So let's plug that in here. Power on the bike. And okay, you can see it lit up. And now the test is I want to turn it off and make sure that that light is turned off. So I'm just going to keep the camera on here. And it does go off. So mission accomplished. I like the final product, and the temperature outside is in the low 30s, if not high 20s. We'll get a reading pretty soon, so let's go and talk about it. Okay, so how is the gear working so far? Well, it's 34 degrees outside. I am totally fine. I'm not feeling any cold, and I'm not feeling heat either. Especially my front two fingers that I usually, when I ride, I just have them extended out to brakes like this. They get cold rather quickly, but not the case. So it's very comfortable. I think I'm getting away with not needing to have heated gear as pants. So it's saying 33 outside, but I think that might get even colder because we left not too long ago.
And this morning the grass was frozen. It seems to have let up now as I look around, but there's no ice patches on the road or anything like that. But it's definitely a win. Now these gloves are the G4 gloves. They're actually the basic entry, and there's a little bit of a story with these gloves because originally I got the Vanguard, and they wouldn't fit over the sleeve. They just weren't wide enough, and especially that I wear my Apple Watch and I like wearing it because when I go to fuel, I don't even have to take my gloves off. Like I know where it is. I could just sort of activate it to Apple Pay. And the Vanguard gloves would not fit over the sleeves. So these are the entry model, if you will, but they work great. They're comfortable. I have good dexterity, if you will, with them to a certain degree. They're a little bit larger, but that's okay. So overall, I'm really happy. I cannot complain. The cigarette light adapter works great. It turns off when I turn off the motorcycle. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now, I do have, my wires, I don't know if it can be seen to the camera, my wires are sort of just hanging down, and my controller is sitting right here by my leg. But that's okay. I'm sure there's a more elegant way to put on my gear instead of having the wires sort of jet out like they are right now. But I'll figure it all out. For now, the main focus was just being able to ride in the cold, and that seems to be a win. So very happy with this project, delivered, and that means I can continue riding and having fun. Thank you guys for watching. Be safe out there. If you like this video, please subscribe. Take care.